Welcome, race fans, here tonight at Charlotte Motor Speedway with the GAC Racing League, ready to turn 70 laps here in the super late models. This is going to be exciting and fun to watch. Love these super late models. They are about 24 minutes away from qualifying, so kick back, relax, and enjoy here for a little bit. Okay, 3 minutes left till qualifying here. I believe they're in a driver's meeting at the moment, so we'll give them a couple minutes here, and we'll be off and ready to start qualifying. So stay with us, folks. Gonna be a good one. Love these super late models at Charlotte. Under the lights here, they're going to be awesome. Really beautiful colors. A lot of cool looking paint jobs out there tonight. You're going to see some awesome paint jobs. All right, less than a minute, folks, so get ready. We're going to get all wound up here and ready for qualifying.
We take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remove your hats.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous flight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Okay, time's coming in already. Wida up on the top spot there with a 30.322. Michael Palmer right there with a 3.53. So pretty good laps coming in already. Anthony Cianci. Sorry, man, I'm all tongue-tied here. Oh, Vincent Benny coming in. Great time. Right behind Campbell. That's probably not going to hold up. Rogers coming in with a 3.11. Wow. What a lap. Looks like that Rogers time might hold up with that 3.11. Haven't seen anybody out there beat it yet. Be coming down to pretty close to closing here of the qualifying session. Cook coming in a 10th spot with a 3.90. So very tight field here tonight. All in the threes. Less than a tenth from first to 10th. Less than a tenth of a second. Alright, 70 laps here tonight at Charlotte under the lights with the super late models, the GAC Racing League, ready to put on a great show for all you viewers. Hopefully we got a few of them out there watching. Make sure you do hit that subscribe button and also set it down there in the bottom right hand corner, the little gear looking thing, turn that up to 1080p HD 50. We do broadcast in HD. And 50 frames a second. I've been trying the 60. I'm going to have to do a little more testing on that, but I think we should be able to push it easy. Lots more exciting things coming here at MaxSpeedTV. Going to be some changing in the format and some new things coming to make the viewing a lot better. So stay with us, folks, and hopefully you do see the changes. So, all right, qualifying is over, and we will see, let's see, quite a few qualifiers. So let's get down here trackside and see where everybody's at. Okay, let's line them up here according to qualifying. Justin Rogers on the pole with a 30.311. Congratulations to him taking up the top spot. Mike Wida in second in the number 6. In third, the number 81 of Joey Lamb. In fourth, the number 31 of Michael Palmer. In fifth, Kernan Church in the number 22. In sixth, the number 14 of Scott Schrader. In seventh, Anthony Cianci in the number 46. Michael Campbell, man, I'm really all twisted up here, in the number 92, starting 8th. Vincent Benny in the number 71, starting 9th. Kevin Cook in the 45, starting 10th. In the number 48, Mark McFadden, starting 11th. Paul Zoda in the number 63, starting 12th. Rolando Aurora in the number 16, starting 13th. In 14th spot is Dwayne LaPrade. Big shout out to his lady there that should be watching. Hopefully, good time out there in chat last week. So anyhow, he'd be starting in the 14th spot in the number 13. Len McNeese in the number 84, starting 15th. Robert Fuller in the number 7, starting 16th. John Estes in the number 72, starting 17th. Gary Schenk in the number 25, starting 18th. Paul Cohen in the number 51, starting 19th. Billy Rodenberger in the number 74, starting 20th. Don Steves in the 01, starting 22nd. In 21st, I'm sorry. In 22nd, John Stanley in the number 12. In 23rd, the last one to qualify, Chuck Shaw Jr. in the number 56. Timothy Kelleher, first one not to qualify, starting in the number 4, starting 25th. Bill Rodenberger in the number 75, starting 26, did not make the grid. Looks like these last one. Oh, last one on shotgun on the field here in the number 70, starting 28th is Colin Detrick. Okay, we're going to get back up to our leader. Let's make sure we are live. Yes, we are. And we're going to kick this off, folks. Ready for some exciting racing here at GAC. Looks to be about like 27 drivers, something like that. 25 or 26 drivers take to the grid. So as these guys are ready to get this thing underway, they're going to be coming out of turn 4 here, ladies and gentlemen, and ready to kick the race off here. Pace car is in. Justin Rogers brings them to the line. Green, green, green. We're off and going here for the first race here. Good job. This is exciting. I love these super late models. No, this isn't the first race. I'm sorry. This is my actually my second race that I broadcasted for them, last week being the first, and it was awesome. Just loved every second of it. These guys know how to race and know how to race good, clean. A lot of good racing that we'll see here tonight. All right, looks like about maybe 24 cars in the field. I was all wrong on that. I was thinking there were maybe a couple more than that, but if you guys did not start for whatever reason, but good run for these guys. Wow, look at this here. Justin Rogers out front. Mike Weeda now right in second. Joey Lamb in third. Michael Palmer in fourth. Keenan Church in fifth. Scott Schrader coming up through in sixth. Trying to hang on to the back of that front pack. Right behind him, Michael Campbell now takes over the spot from Kevin Cook. Kevin Cook started 10th but moved up to 8th and now has in a good tight battle here. Got that Krispy Kreme car. My favorite Krispy Kreme. That's my favorite. Who doesn't like Krispy Kreme? Anthony Cianci right there in the 9th spot. Now Vincent Binney in 10th after starting 9th. Has slipped back one position. Got a good battle going on up here side by side for the lead. Justin Rogers hanging on to it for the time being. Weeda right there on his tail, and boy, look at all over the back bumper of Weeda. He's got Joey Lamb right there. Joey Lamb getting a run. Coming by on the inside, excuse me, I'm getting all twisted up here. He's on the inside. Looks like Joey Lamb is going to take over second, putting Weeda back to third. And now we've got right behind him, Michael Palmer has caught up to Weeda here as they come around to take lap number 7. Oh, and Weeda up the hill is going to let a lot of guys go by him. We're going to go back in, let's see, where's he going to be? Back 6th, 7th? He is going to be back in 8th place. Whatever happened to Weeda there, I'm not sure, but boy, a bunch of them got by him. Joey Lamb still right on the back bumper, looking to take the lead away from Justin Rogers. Got a great run on him going into the turn and takes over the lead. Joey Lamb in the lead for the first time today. Good hard racing by these guys. Checking on Weeda again. He goes back to the 8th place, still struggling as he hits the wall coming out of turn 4 and loses yet another spot to Anthony Cianci. Anthony moving up to the 8th position. Now Vincent Vinny on his inside, looking to maybe get by him, but no dice that turn. There you go, Mike. Gonna have to keep it down on the low side. It must be pushing really bad on him. He may have to go in pits here and make some adjustments on their first pit stop. Okay, I want to go back in the field, maybe a little further here. Looks like we've lost somebody else, Timothy Kelleher, out of the race. Not exactly sure. Timothy could be struggling with some problems. I don't know. Could be internet issues. We all have them. I've had my share of them, believe what I tell you. All right, back in behind him, Len McNeese is working his way up. Come up from 15th spot, riding right behind Mark McFadden. Dwayne LaPrade in the 13th position. Hopefully your ladies watching and enjoying the show here tonight. And Dwayne, you got to get that thing up to the front, buddy. I got to have my drivers that I like to talk about, and Dwayne's one of them, so hopefully his lady there does like that, giving him a shout out and giving her a shout out. So Paul Zoda in 14th, John Estes 15th, kind of riding back here a little ways. Lots of racing to go, so some of these guys taking their time a little bit here. Check up front real quick and then we'll go back a little further. Lots of hard racing going on back here. Look at this here. Scott Schrader in 3rd now. Started out 6th, come up to 3rd. Michael Palmer right behind him in 4th. Okay, we'll go back here a little further. John Estes in 15th. Don Steve 16th. Robert Fuller in 17th. John Stanley 18th. Billy Rodenberger 19th. Chuck Shaw Jr. in 20th. Gary Shank quite a ways back behind these guys. Looking real quick here, running about 10 seconds behind the leader right now, but still a pretty tight field for these guys. Paul Cohen in 22nd. Colin Detrick in 23rd. Like I said, some of these guys may not have good setups under them. Timothy Kelleher, I'm showing him on pit road. Not exactly sure, maybe missed the race or whatever. Let's get back up to our leader as Joey Lamb has pulled away from 2nd place by almost a second. Scott Schrader now in 2nd. 0.8 of a second behind Joey. These guys have got to get on the move here, folks. Scott having a little bit of company right there with Keenan Church. Church right there in 3rd. And Boy, what a battle this is here. Michael Campbell in it, Kevin Cook in it. Got the Krispy Kreme car up into position here. Looks like he may have it coming through the tri-oval and into turn one. Side by side still. And he does complete the pass on Michael Campbell. Michael goes back to fifth. Church looking on the inside of Scott Schrader, but can't do it this time. I'm telling you what, folks, this is excitement right here. I love this racing. Looking back from Keenan Church, boy, I'm going to tell you what, he has got a lot of company right there. Oh, we got a couple into it. No caution, though. No caution. Whoa, that looked pretty intense, folks. Let's go back and take a look at that real quick, because, woo, man. These guys got into it side by side here. They looked like they were almost going to take it 3 wide. And it looks like the 14 may have got a little squirrely in the turn, come up into the 45 of Kevin Cook. So, but no caution. That's the main thing. Scott Schrader going to be on pit road probably here in a little bit, trying to fix that up. But yeah, wow, what a mess, huh? That's not a good way to. Not a good way. Let's see. I want to see if I can find that from. We'll try this from a different. Well, the caution is out, so let's go see if we can figure out where the caution is. Might have been Kevin Cook, so I don't know. We'll go back here in just a second, and we're going to see if we can figure it out. Kevin Cook struggling with a lot of damage on that car, and not sure exactly. We'll find out here in just a second what happened to him. Though it was way up ahead of him. Somebody blew up here or something. Scott Schrader, looks like maybe that might have been what the caution was. Okay, so caution out on the first caution out, I should say, out on. All right, and all the leaders on pit road. This is exciting here itself, because we see a lot of times where races can be won or lost on pit road. Oh, and there you see it. Mike Weida has to back up into his pit stall, our pole sitter. And that costs you a lot of time, and these things take forever to fill up with fuel added to that you got to back up into your pit stall. Cost you an extra second and a half, and that means a lot. Okay, well, the one that stayed out, Don Steves, decided not to pit just yet. Started 21st, and here he is, our leader, Keenan Church, off pit road first, ahead of Joey Lamb, with a very, very fast pit stop, 21.6 seconds. I believe that was the fastest pit stop of anybody out there. Oh, and Don Steves is going to give up that lead to Keenan Church. Kernan Cheat. I'm not sure. Kernan Cheat Church? Kernan Church. That's a tough one to say. Kernan Church. Okay. I just call you Church. How's that? That way I can't mess that up. Alright, Church out in front. Joey Lamb going to be second. Michael Campbell third. Michael Palmer fourth. Anthony Cianci fifth. Dwayne LaPrade, 6th, so he's moving up. Mike Weida, 7th. Mark McFadden, 8th. Vincent Vinny, 9th. And Len McNeish, your top 10. I think we ought to see if we can get a word in here with somebody.
Checking up. Where's the field?
Joey Lamb, this is Rudy up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir. I got a copy of it.
Well, first off, sir, am I saying your name correctly, Joey Lamb?
Yes, sir. That's right.
Well, Joey, you were out front there for the longest time. You led 13 laps so far in the race. How's it been going for you, and how's your car feel on the track?
It's getting a little tighter on the long runs, but I can compensate for that. It's not really a problem. We're just going to focus on getting around this 22 here on this restart and lead some more laps.
Well, that's a good attitude to have, my friend. Good attitude. All right, well, we wish you the best of luck, Joey, and get up there, and maybe we'll talk to you in Victory Lane, huh?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Okay, ready to go racing again here, folks. I'd like to thank my sponsor, Sim Garage, custom button boxes, and it does do telemetry software and getting into other things. So check them out at simgarage.com. Thank you, Steve. Appreciate it. Okay, they're ready to go racing here as the lights are off. Pace car is on the pace car, excuse me. Everybody doubled up. Coming out of turn 4, we're going to light them up again here, folks, and get them ready for this start. Pace car's in. Joey brings them to the line, and green flag is out. All right. Church gets right out front without a problem. Joey thought he was going to catch Church, but boy, he must have been sleeping at the wheel there just a little bit. Michael Campbell in third, and Dwayne already passing up Michael Palmer for the 4th place. Good start for these guys. Everybody's starting to get into it now. Mike Weeda back here in 7th position, excuse me. And Vincent Vinny looking to capitalize on it, and does get a run on Anthony Cianci and clears him. Good job. I don't like that camera angle. I quit using that one. All right, good racing by these guys. Man, I'm telling you, they have got them cranked up, folks. Probably pushing about 108, probably pretty close to 190 down that front stretch going into turn 1. 180. These super late models do produce some pretty high speeds. All right, Joey Lamb has reeled Church back in. And boy, does he want that lead or what? Man, he is going side by side with him right now down the front stretch. And let's see who's going to win this going into turn 1. Joey on the bottom, and he clears Church easily. Man, Joey is hooked up. Like he said, he's good on the short run. Maybe having some issues on the long run, but wow, good job. Everybody knows the tail now. Church hanging right on to Lamb's back end there. You hear Lamb just burp the throttle just a little, just to get it to set that nose down so he can get back in the throttle. So good job. We may see Joey in Victory Lane tonight. Who knows? We gotta stay away from that white line, though, Joey. That's dangerous. All right, Michael Palmer looking back on Dwayne LaPrade. Dwayne in 4th. Pretty close racing by these guys. Everybody just waiting, riding it out here, coming to take lap 30. So they've still got 41 laps to go here, folks, when they cross the line. Lots of racing to go. Wanted to thank you for joining us here on MaxSpeedTV. We appreciate all of you viewers very, very, very much. So Yeah, again, thanks. All right. LaPrade may have been taking a look there, but let's go back here. 11th place, John Stanley, is a long ways back behind these leaders. Maybe taking his time here, but he's got quite a following. Billy Rodenberger right behind him. John Estes moving up to the 13th spot. Gary Shank in 14th. Chuck Shaw 15th. We've got a couple of them that are lapped down. Let's see, Scott Schrader. Kind of unfortunate for Scott there, having that little bumper there at the beginning of the race, and probably had a little damage on the car. He needed to get fixed up. But he's right, first car lap down, so if a caution does come out, he will be the lucky dog. Kevin Cook in 21st, one lap down. And Justin Rogers, the guy was out front there and led 7 laps earlier. The one that got tangled up into that, we hated to see that, in the number 21 right there. And he is actually 2 laps down. So very unfortunate for these guys to get back there like that. All right, back up to the leader. Joey leading Church around, same as usual. Let's ride along here with him for just a couple minutes. Church closes up on that bumper down through the front stretch. And Church may be taking the lead here. He's still in second right now, but does clear Joey and takes over the top spot. Good timing, too. Boy, these guys are all getting gaggled up together. Dwayne LaPrade getting involved in it. We've got the top 5 right here battling hard. Joey kind of caught up on that high side, can't get down. Michael Campbell is right there on his inside. And it looks like Michael Campbell going to take over second. Joey Lamb going to go back to third. But back behind him, Dwayne LaPrade right there with them. He's still got Joey up on that high side where Joey kind of has to back off that throttle a little bit more up on that high line. But it does kind of create a situation between the two drivers. And now Joey dives it down to the bottom in front of Dwayne LaPrade and stays in third for the time being. Pretty good racing up there. Mark McFadden now into the 6th place. And he's got a company there with Vincent Vinny right on his tail in 7th. Paul Zota, the one that I've been watching, has moved up. He's, let's see where he started, 12th, and he is currently running in the 8th spot, so he has definitely moved up through the field. John Estes. John Stanley got by John Estes right there and puts John back to the 11th spot. I think we had some other guys that may have gotten a little bit squirrely and a few of them lost positions. So, but John Estes in 11th. Paul Cohen in 12th. We haven't really talked too much about Paul today, but coming from 19th up to 12th, good job by these guys. You know, I don't have anybody out there that has not been on pit road. Everybody has been on pit road there under that caution. So everybody following suit here. The number 14 right there of Scott Schrader is a lap down, but he did manage to, looks like him and Kevin Cook both the lap down. One that's kind of really, I'm watching here, Gary Shank Back here 27.1 seconds behind the leaders right now in 19th place, the last car on the lead lap. Now that puts him not that far ahead of the leaders. We can probably get a better view here. You can see the leaders coming up not too far behind him, and that's Church. Church out there about 1.6 seconds ahead of Michael Campbell. Go back here and watch him for a minute. Church out there, man, he has really pulled away from the field. The one that really I thought was going to do great was Joey Lamb, and he is kind of stuck there up on the high side again. He said his car doesn't work that good on the long run, and boy, he is starting to drop a lot of positions now. Vincent Benny, the next one to looking to pass him. As we're well past halfway, and caution does fly. Let's see where the caution is. Oh, Don Steves into it. Okay, we'll go back and see this here for ourselves. That looked pretty rough. Not exactly sure where that happened, but we'll try to find it. Oh, Don. Oh, man. Okay, right there. It happened right up ahead of him. We'll get up here to that. Okay, looks like John Estes, so we'll go back and see what happened. He may have had a little bit of help from Scott Schrader. Let's see if we can clear this up a little bit for you. Scott Schrader kind of comes right up and taps that rear and sends John Estes into the outside wall. That collects a couple more guys into it. Whoa. A lot of guys slipped by. Looks like Kevin Cook slipped by with the Krispy Kreme donuts, so no cream on the track. Good job. Okay, he's on pit road. This puts Church on pit road now. He is coming down pit road, folks. Everybody coming down pit road. This probably will be their final pit stop of the day. Church slides it to a stop in his pit stall. Amazing driving by these guys. This is awesome. I hate to keep saying the word awesome, but I'm telling you what, this is awesome racing right here. This is racing at its best. Well, looks like Weta may have stayed out. Weta staying out, wanting to get back up front and possibly lead a lap. He was up front earlier, if you remember. He started second on the field today. But he may come down pit road. I think he's maybe taking a look here like he's going to come down pit road. And probably a good call. That's going to put Vincent Benny, because all these guys out here are going to have new tires, and he's not. But I believe that's going to put Vincent Benny into the lead. And Vincent Benny will get scored as leading this lap right here. There you have it, folks. Now, Church going to be on his outside. Michael Palmer third. Dwayne LaPrade fourth. Mark McFadden fifth. Joey Lamb sixth. Michael Palmer seventh. Paul Zoda eighth. Paul Cohen ninth. And Mike Weta, if he comes off pit road in time, may be our top 10. No, he doesn't make it. Robert Fuller, will be our 10th place. Well, let's see. Let's see if we can get down here and get a word in, maybe with Vincent Benny. What do you think? I don't know. We'll try. Vincent Benny, this is Rudy Cummings up in the MaxSpeedTV booth. Do you have a copy, sir?
Yes, sir, Rudy, gotcha.
Well, Vincent, you've been hanging up there toward the front. You've moved up quite a little bit. You're staying out. You've led a lap now. You got the taste of what it's like to be up front. What do you got for these guys? Because, boy, you got some fast ones behind you with Church, Campbell, LaPrade. These guys are all pretty fast.
Yeah, I got some pretty tough characters back behind me here. It's gonna be tough, I think. Car's feeling pretty good. We'll just try to see if we can't get this Bunny's Diagnostics and Auto Repair Chevrolet. Try to keep her up here in the top 5 or so and see what happens at the end, hopefully, Rudy.
Roger that, buddy. Well, good luck out there. We wish you the best, and hopefully we'll talk to you on the podium.
You 10-4, Rudy. Good job up there, Rudy. MaxSpeedTV.
Thank you, sir. Okay, yeah, I did forget to do that. I am so sorry. Their sponsors, Vinny's Auto Diagnostic and Repair and Slippery Rock Raceway Incorporated. So thank you guys for your support here for GAC. They appreciate it, and I appreciate it. So very cool. All right, pace car getting ready to go in, and Vincent Benny waiting on that green flag, and there it is. We're off and going again. Church gets a great start. Boy, Benny was, man, what was he, sleeping? Church gets right out front. Didn't waste not even a second to get out there. All right, coming around to take lap 48, folks. So not too many races or laps left in this race. All right, Vincent Benny right there on Church's bumper. LaPrade in third. Joey Lamb working his way back up into fourth. He's really good on new tires, and hopefully he's made some adjustments to get that thing so it doesn't tighten up on him on the long run. When we talked to him earlier there, he said it kind of tightened up on him, after he got a few laps on it. So hopefully he does get that taken care of. Vincent Benny may be taking a look here on the inside of Church. Going into turn 1, he did get a good run. LaPrade coming right along with him. Vincent Benny just ahead by about a half a fender, and boy, he's losing it. Going into turn 3. A little squirrely there. Vincent Benny had to back out just a touch. He got just a little on the loose side. Still staying in second, though. LaPrade in third. And LaPrade's got company with Joey Lamb up on the high side. And these guys are racing the crap out of it right now. All right, coming around, you're going to be 20 laps to go, folks. So get ready for some exciting finishes here. I just want to take a look real quick. I think we've only had a couple of cautions. Yes, 2 cautions. Oh, no. Oh, that's going to bring out a caution. That just went to 3 cautions. Dang, I guess I jinxed them on that one. I am so sorry, fellas. Wow. But lots of good racing here by these guys. Right there, ooh, a little touchy. LaPrade just barely touches Joey Lamb right there, but that's not where the caution was. It was a little bit later. They kind of got into it here again, I believe, coming out of turn 2. Oh, he gets right into the back of him right there. And that's going to send Joey Lamb up the hill. So LaPrade bringing out that caution. I'm not sure. Joey may have checked up just a touch or something. The 92 tries to go by, but he may... Nope, he's going to get into it as well. Doggone. All right, so everybody's good to go now. But Joey Lamb sitting on pit road. Church back up front. No pit stops this time. Oh, yes, he is coming down pit road. LaPrade joining them. Okay. That leaves Vincent Benny out. Mark McFadden staying out. Paul Zoda staying out. These guys want to double check everything and make sure everything's kosher here. Maybe get it some new tires. I don't think I'd take any fuel, fellas. That just makes you heavier. We may see maybe right side only. No, all 4 tires by these guys. Wow. Okay. All right, and they're away. But Vincent Benny staying out one more time. 18, coming to 17 laps to go, folks. Again, thank you to their sponsors here, Vinny's Auto Diagnostic and Repair, and Slippery Rock Raceway Incorporated. Thank you for your coverage here today. Appreciate that. These guys love their sponsors, I'll tell you. It just makes it a whole lot nicer when you have sponsors. Trust me. But very good sponsors right there, I can assure you. Anybody of you know where Slippery Rock, Pennsylvania is? I believe that's where Slippery Rock Raceway is, I'm sure. Been there myself, not to the raceway, but I've been to Slippery Rock. Awesome place. Okay, we've lost a few drivers today. Timothy Kelleher, Colin Detrick, Scott Schrader out, and Chuck Shaw Jr. out. We've got some guys still sitting on pit road. Joey Lamb and Robert Fuller still sitting on pit road. But Vincent Benny coming from 9th place up to the lead. He's got some company there. Mark McFadden in 2nd, Paul Zoda 3rd, Michael Palmer 4th, Billy Rodenberger 5th, Len McNeese 6th, John Stanley 7th, Kernan Church in 8th, Anthony Cianci 9th, and Michael Campbell, your top 10. And we've still got 16 cars on the lead lap. LaPrade, the last one on the lead lap, back in 16th. Well, Dwayne, I forgot your lady friend's name there. I don't know if it's your girlfriend, wife. I'm not sure. I do so many of these, I kind of lose track of them all. But quick shout out to her if she's watching. Hopefully she's rooting you on to get you back up into the front. All right, folks, get ready. We're going to have 15 to go when they get the green flag. This is going to get good. Of course, I said that a few laps ago when they had before the caution come out, but I don't want to jinx them. These guys are too good for that, so get ready here, folks. Pace cars in. Vincent Benny bringing them to the line. Green, green, green. And he wasn't sleeping that time. Vincent Benny with a good start. Mark McFadden on his outside. Everybody door to door all the way down through here. Vincent Benny trying to clear McFadden, and it looks like he does. Trying to stay on that low line to do some blocking. Paul Zoda in 2nd now. Mark McFadden slipping back a little bit. Billy Rodenberger on his inside. Billy started 20th today, and now he moves into the 3rd spot, battling Wow, what a job he did there. Len McNeese now into it. He started 15th today and worked himself up into the 4th place. Good job by these guys. McFadden washes up the hill and opens the door up for John Stanley to slide in there. Church right behind him in 7th. Church was one of the fastest guys, has led the most laps so far today with 22 laps. Joey Lamb has led 20, but Joey's a couple of laps down back in 18th place. Got caught up in that deal there a little bit ago. Kevin Cook trying to work his way up through, running in the 9th spot now as he got back by Anthony Cianci. And Mark McFadden may be on the no, that's Church on the outside of McFadden. And now Paul Zoda for the lead. We may have another lead change here. Paul has not led yet today, and it looks like coming to the line, he does get the lead lap. So great job by Paul. And he's doing it on the high side too, and we've got another caution, folks. Looks like the number 12 there, John Stanley. Let's go back and take a look here, folks. Looks like Church is on his outside here. Not sure if that's where that... Oh, Church and him got together. Whoa, that's what happened. John Stanley, I don't know. John just kind of pinched him up against the wall there a little bit. Not sure if he just like didn't want him to get in there. We'll go back here. I'm trying to find the camera angle. Doggone it. John Stanley kind of pinches Church up against the wall, and that was just, it didn't work out too good for either of them. Boy, I'll tell you what, they're both up on the wall pretty hard. Going to be a lot of damage on both of them cars and take them out of contention. Doggone. With just a handful of laps to go, that's not what they needed. Both of them on pit road. Paul Zoda staying out. Not going to pit yet. All right, folks, 9 laps to go. Looks like we're going to get about a 7-lap shootout out of this, I believe. Well, that was nice. IRTBO just quit working. Sorry about this, folks. I don't know what made it do that. Just quit working. Huh. Well, that's really weird. Never happened to me before like that. But, you know how computer programs are. Sometimes they just decide to shut down. And it did. Alright, a few guys just coming off pit road there. Last second pit stop, maybe to get some of that damage fixed. We've still got a few sitting on pit road though. John Stanley, Justin Rogers, and Chuck Shaw. Still sitting on pit road. Well, I was going to look and see here. Dwayne LaPrade Back in 12th place. Ooh. He's got a little bit of work to do to get up here and win this thing today. But Vincent Benny starting second, Billy Rodenbarger third, Len McNeese fourth, Mark McFadden fifth, Michael Palmer sixth, Kevin Cook seventh, Anthony Cianci eighth, Mike Weida back into contention here in ninth, and Paul Cohen rounding out your top 10. We should get the one to go right here, folks. We'll see in just a second. Yes, the lights are off, and we get the one to go, so they will be doubling up. Ready to go back to green. 20 cars still in the race right now, but John Stanley still sitting on pit road. Not sure, he may be taking that behind pit road. I don't know. Justin Rogers too. Well out of contention. Nope, Justin Rogers is still in it. May be able to pick up a position or two. Okay, we're ready to go racing, folks. Put on your racing hat. Grab you a cold drink. And get ready for the excitement. Just don't throw your cold drink all over the place when your winner, your pick wins. Let's get ready. All right, pace car is on pit road, and Paul Zoda bringing them to the line. Green, green, green. This could be the last green flag they'll receive tonight, folks. Great start by Paul. Vincent Benny in second, Billy Rodenbarger in third, and we've got some great battling going on back here. The number 45 of Kevin Cook side by side with Len McNeese down the backstretch. Great racing. Mark McFadden right there in the number 48. Washes up the hill just a little bit. And boy, that really made Len McNeese have to check up, and that gave Kevin Cook the opportunity to clear him. And now we've got the number 6 here of Mike Weida looking at getting on the inside of Len McNeese too. 5 laps to go here, folks. Oh, Len McNeese coming off of the wall. Man, oh man. The 31 of Mike Palmer right there on his inside. Great racing going on back here in the field, folks. Mark McFadden up into the wall. That's not going to be good. Oh, and that's going to wad him up. Michael Palmer getting into it, and the caution is out. This could be over, folks. This could be it right here. Doggone, we wanted to see this finish under green. It would have been so exciting. Right there's where it happened. It looked like Len McNeese comes off the wall with Mark McFadden right there. Mark clear up against the wall. Len McNeese up there too. But Len McNeese comes right down the hill into Michael Palmer. And that's going to put Michael Palmer into the outside wall right on the front stretch. Everybody trying to slip by, but boy, a lot of them going to get into it yet. More of them, more damage on these cars. Oh, McFadden into it, or LaPrade into it. And he's going to have a lot of damage on his car too. So, man, this is I don't think these guys are going to want to pit. No way. You don't want to lose any track position that you've got. And they're all trying to catch up to the pace car, but Paul Zoda out front with 3 to go. I believe this is going to do it, folks. Don't think they're going to get back underway. They're all waiting on the pace car right now so they can get lined back up. They're still waiting on the pace car. Not sure where that pace car is. Got to be coming up here pretty quick. There it is. Now they can go. Okay, so Paul Zoda up front. He's led, let's see, that's going to be 2 to go. Yeah, this race is going to be over now, folks. They're not going to get back to the win, or to the green, excuse me. So it looks like might have to wait till they get lined back up here. But I'm thinking, I wasn't sure Billy Rodenberger was ahead of Vincent Vinny or not. I think Vincent Vinny's ahead of him as they get lined back up. Yeah. Billy Rodenberger will be 3rd, Kevin Cook 4th, Mike Weeda 5th, Mark McFadden 6th, Len McNee 7th, Anthony Cianci 8th, Gary Shank slipping into 9th, and Dwayne, well, no, I'm sorry, Dwayne, we may have somebody that went down pit road, because I'm showing Dwayne in 8th now. So he could pull out an 8th place finish out of this, even though it's not going to go back green. But Paul Zoda should be our winner. They're going to get 1 lap to go. This will be the white flag. Final lap of the 70-lap race here tonight, folks, and it's been a good one. Paul Zoda going to be our winner. Congrats to him. What an exciting race here this was. It was a few extra cautions, but well, you got to add that to the other one. So I think this is caution. This was 5 cautions, I believe, but still a really, really good race. A good long green flag run at the beginning, another one in the middle, and man, I'm telling you what, this was just an amazing race to watch. Okay, so coming off of turn 4 right here, Paul Zoda going to be declared our winner. Congrats to him. Great racing. Big congratulations, Paul. We'll get down there in just a second and talk to him. We'll wait for all the drivers to congratulate him and everything and get that out of the way, and we'll try to get a word in with him. Maybe. All right, let's see if we can slip in there. Paul Zoda, this is Rudy up in the MaxSpeedTV booth. Do you have a copy?
Yes, sir, Rudy. Got you.
Well, Paul, you kind of stayed in about in the middle of the field here for the first part of the race and just kind of hung out, maybe timing yourself or whatever. But, wow, what a finish. Congratulations on your win here today. Talk about your race overall.
Well, I appreciate it. Man, this United Airlines car was fast tonight. I was just trying to keep it out of the wrecks, try to keep it around for the end, and pacing myself. I knew I had a decent car for a while. I just didn't want to get ahead of myself. And those couple of cautions that came out just gave me the right strategy to put myself in the spot where I had a chance at it. And towards the end there, following Dean, I saw him get down a little bit low, and my car had a good run. I figured, let me get a shot on the outside. I thought for sure I'd definitely fall apart, but I kept on going, and I managed to get in front of him, and it really surprised me.
Well, it was a great race to watch. I'm telling you, you guys did an awesome job out there tonight. Super late model on Charlotte, definitely a great combination. One of your favorites?
Not really one of my favorites here at Charlotte. It seems like every time I've been here before, I've had trouble with that turn 4 wall, and I'm really surprised I managed to keep it off the wall tonight. But my teammates over at Outlaw Motorsports, we've been doing a lot of work together, and they've been helping me out and getting me more confidence on running some of these tracks and starting the show.
Well, I'll tell you what, you did a great job to keep that thing out in front. A lot of tough competitors at the beginning of the race that kind of got taken out of contention, but you managed to keep it clean, like you said, and got it in here for the victory. And congratulations to you for that. And anybody you want to give a shout out to or a thank you?
Yeah, I just want to give a shout out to Dean for putting this on. Shout out to you up there in the booth for the work that you do. Everybody says that it's great. My wife for putting up with me, and the Outlaw Motorsports teammates of mine that helped me get this far.
Okay, Paul. Well, thanks for talking with us, buddy. And again, congratulations on a great victory here tonight at Charlotte.
Thank you very much, sir.
Vincent Vinny, you got a copy.
All right, 10-4, Rudy, gotcha.
Well, Vincent, we just talked to you here a couple minutes ago, but you brought it home second tonight. Congratulations to you for that. If it would have went green, would you have had anything for Paul?
I don't know. I don't think so. Just tried to ride there with him. You know, sometimes on Charlotte, 2 cars work better than 2 racing each other. To try to keep the distance with Billy. Billy had a strong car, and definitely Paul. Yeah, they did some work on that car at the shop there for him because he was strong tonight, and you know, so I don't know if I really had anything for him or not, really, to be honest with you. But we were sure going to give her a shot with this Vonnie's Auto Diagnostics repair car and Chevrolet, but I don't know. He was tough tonight.
Oh, without a doubt, without a doubt. Yeah, he saved his stuff toward the end there and really surprised all of us. I hated to see it finish under caution. I'm sure you did too, but, you know, it is what it is. Good, hard racing by everybody. And, again, congratulations on your second place tonight. Vincent, anybody you want to thank?
Yeah, 10-4. Compliments to you, Rudy, there at MaxSpeedTV for a job you, as always, well done. You know, and I'd like to give a shout out to Vonnie's Auto and Diagnostics and Repair, kind of sponsoring this, and a shout out to Slippery Rock Raceway Incorporated. You know, they're on board with us this year and helped us out quite a bit there too. So yeah, appreciate everything, and all the guys did a good job tonight. Tough race here at Charlotte tonight, and congratulations there to Paul. Job well done.
Okay, Vincent. Thanks there, and yes, very good sponsors. I'm telling you, you couldn't have picked a couple of better ones. So anyhow, congratulations on your second place, and thanks for talking with us.
Thank you, Rudy.
All right, Billy Rodenbarger, you got a copy.
Yes, we do, Rudy.
Well, Billy, you kept that thing clean all the race. I don't know how you did it, but, man, you managed to work your way all the way up through, not exactly sure where you started. I think it was like 15th or something, but you brought it into third place tonight. Congratulations. Talk about your race out there tonight.
It was a decent race. I just tried to keep the fenders on it so I could be there at the end. It was a tough race, though.
Well, it looked like you were going to try to maybe get by Vincent there if it would have went green. Do you think you could have managed that?
Not really. I had third sewed up, so I was good. You know, I was happy with third. I don't think I could have passed him.
Yeah, Vincent kind of surprised me even. I was watching him throughout the race, and it kind of looked like he was doing the same thing Paul was doing, kind of savoring it a little bit, and wanted to give it his all at the end. So, but my hat's off to all you guys. Great racing out there tonight. Billy, you're bringing home third. Anybody you want to thank?
Yeah, first of all, I'd like to thank MaxSpeedTV and Viney's Auto Diagnostics and Slippery Rock Speedway.
Okay, Billy. Well, thanks a lot, buddy. And again, congratulations on third spot tonight. We'll see you next week.
Thanks, Rudy.
Okay, let's run down through the results real quick here. Paul Zoda, of course, our winner, beating out Vincent Vinny and Billy Rodenberger. They're in third. Kevin Cook coming in fourth, putting the Krispy Kreme car right up into fourth place. Good job, Kevin. Mike Weeda, what a comeback for him, finishing fifth. Mark McFadden sixth. Anthony Cianci seventh. Gary Shank slipping into the eighth place. Dwayne LaPrade trying to fight back after that incident there early on, and coming back into ninth. Kiernan Church in 10th. Paul's... Uh-oh, that's not it. Hold on, I got something happened here. There we go. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, Michael Campbell in 11th. Michael Palmer 12th. Paul Cohen 13th, Len McNeese 14th, Don Steves 15th, John Estes 16th, Joey Lamb 17th, Justin Rogers 18th, Robert Fuller 19th, John Stanley 20th, Chuck Shaw 21st, Scott Schrader out early 22nd, Colin Detrick 23rd, Timothy Kelleher rounding out the field in the 24th position. So again, congratulations to our winner here, Paul Zoda, for the GAC Racing League. Thanks for watching here tonight on MaxSpeedTV, and we will catch you tomorrow night for the Maximum Speed Racing League race, the new season starting tomorrow. So thanks for watching. Take it easy.